Hey.
Hey, how we doing?
Good.
I was having some thoughts.
Okay.
A lot of times when couples face difficulty, not necessarily in their communication, is just in their silence.
Right.
Because silence can be just as frustrating sometimes as communication can be.
Absolutely.
Right. And I think a lot of times people mix up silence
Mm-hmm.
and they automatically gravitate to the idea that something must be wrong with them, or
Right.
something must be, maybe I didn't do something,
Right.
or maybe I should have done something, right? Or maybe they're disappointed with me. Maybe I didn't. What did I do to cause the silence?
Right.
And a lot of times, nothing, right?
Exactly.
Right. Especially when you have two people that have full-time jobs.
Mm-hmm.
They have other concerns and cares going on in their personal world.
Right.
Right. And
Right.
it's very easy to be able to understand and gravitate to the emotional side,
Mm-hmm.
right, of the nonverbal communication, because it's so apparent.
Right.
Right. When you're happy, I can tell. You don't have to tell me you're happy when I see you smiling.
Right.
Right. Or I see you laughing, you're joyful. When I look at your face, I can tell. Like you can tell.
Right.
When it's something wrong with, when I don't feel
Right.
well, because of the look on my face.
Exactly.
Right. But there are times when your silence is so loud and deafening that you really don't understand what you're supposed to do with that. Right. And I'm thinking about, in this past week, I've had a very difficult couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And I've been less talkative than what I've been. And the one thing that I can appreciate is you didn't become offended by my silence.
Right.
Right. But you allowed me the space to be able to decompress, right, from dealing with the pressures of the day. Right. You asked me, was everything okay? Right. It opened up the door for you and I just to be able to talk and me to unload and unzip on what was going on. And then you just listened. Right. When I was ready to talk. But I'm just happy that my silence didn't become a point of contention for us and make it uncomfortable in the house.
Right. And I think too, that came with time. Because I remember when we were younger, I would kind of always think, oh my goodness, did I do something? He's quiet, is something wrong? And it just took time for me to grow and to understand that just because he's silent, that does not mean that, he's mad with me, that he's mad that something, isn't right in the house. He may be going through something personally. And I had to grow and I had to, learn to just watch you, check up all the boxes to say, okay, I know I didn't do anything. We haven't been together all day. So it can't be me. And so in learning you and in growth, I just realized that maybe he just needs some time to himself.
Yeah.
And he don't need me to just question him a lot and jump to conclusions, but just give you time to yourself.
Yeah. So, it's something that you need to think about. Prolonged bouts of silence is something altogether different than those momentary silent moments where you really need some time to think.
Absolutely.
Right. So it's a completely different thing. I guess the message is, don't let silence create a problem that doesn't exist.
Absolutely. Like you said, there's a difference in moments of silence than a prolonged period of silence. Now, if he had been silent for like weeks on end, now that would have concerned me. That's something to talk about.
Yeah.
But if he has just a few days of being silent,
bad day.
Right, a bad day, a bad couple of hours, then by all means, take your moment, do whatever you need to do. When you want me in your space, just call me.
Yep.
Thanks for listening.
All right, guys.